The new recruits wanted revenge on their devil instructor. They put cactus plants on the chairs. The instructor stabbed one cactus with a pencil. He guessed at once that it was the trick of those recruits. He was already an old man, yet his backside suffered such pain. His face twisted out of control. He looked at the other chairs and found cactus plants on all of them. The recruits clearly wanted to give him no way out. He prepared to punish them, but when he sat down, the pain was still too much. He could only sit with half his body and then wrote a note in his little book. Soon, he started his revenge. He ordered all the recruits to take off their clothes and run in a line across wooden stakes, but the ground was covered with cactus plants. If they fell, they would be stabbed badly. The instructor even fired his gun on purpose. One recruit fell and landed on the cactus plants, crying out in pain. The instructor laughed when he saw their faces full of suffering. He touched his own injured backside. He wanted the recruits to pay the price, but the recruits had suffered too long. They decided to give him a laxative. One of them knew a village remedy that could make a man have diarrhea for a whole day and night. They still showed some mercy. They only added a little into his coffee. The recruits watched as the instructor drank it all. Later, while they ate lunch at the foul water pit, the instructor's stomach began to hurt. The recruits knew the medicine was working. They told him to stay and chat. The instructor grew angry. He picked up an iron bucket and smashed it into the pit. But the recruits were used to the foul smell. Some even laughed. They watched him leave in shame and started to celebrate. Yet the instructor soon returned. He knew it was their trick. He threw a tire into the pit to spoil their meal even more. But the recruits were already hardened. They no longer feared such punishments. One day, a recruit suddenly ran to the instructor, crying hard. This scared the instructor. He asked what had happened. The recruit cried that another young man was dying and begged him to go see. Although the instructor often tormented them, he always kept control. When he heard someone was dying, he rushed forward. The recruit pretended to fall and told him to run ahead. At that moment, many recruits were holding the dying man and wailing. Their acting was very dramatic. One even shouted that if the young man died, no one could inherit his family wealth. The instructor believed it and thought the man was about to die. He ran over at once only to fall straight into a trap. The recruits laughed proudly, but how would the instructor strike back?